Hello, it's Edna here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new and you haven't done so already, click on the link below to subscribe so that way you can be kept up to date with any new posts coming up on my channel. So I'm going to show you how I make my paleo apple crumble muffins, which I like to have as part of breakfast or just a snack on the go. They're a great source of protein made with natural fulfilling ingredients, which is great if you're looking to try to introduce more healthier eating into your lifestyle and diet. If you want to see more as to how I make it, please keep watching. So here I've already laid out the ingredients for the apple crumble muffins. They've already been pre-measured, but I will put down the recipe in full in the description below, so that way you can have a look exactly at what the measurements are. But I can tell you that you need about 3 apples, 2 eggs. This is tapioca flour, also known as cassava flour, Himalayan sea salt, almond flour, coconut flour, baking soda or bicarbonate of soda, brown sugar also known as cane sugar, olive oil, and vanilla extract. We shall first start with mixing the dry ingredients in a bowl. So cassava flour, almond flour, coconut flour, the Himalayan sea salt, and the baking soda. So mix them all together. So now we'll start with mixing the wet ingredients, which includes the olive oil, you have 1 dry ingredient, and that being the coconut cane sugar, okay, so we'll crack in 2 eggs, I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to start chopping up these apples into small little cubes. I almost forgot to add in the cinnamon powder, which is crucial in this recipe. You just need a teaspoon. Mix that in there as well, so that's fully incorporated. If you have nutmeg and you wanted to add a bit of nutmeg in there, you can do so. I've actually run out and need to get some. Okay, so I've mixed in the egg, sugar, and oil. Now all I need to add in is a teaspoon of vanilla extract, adding in the apples, which I've just chopped up. And then mix that in. You can start adding your dry ingredients, and I do that in sections. So I'm going to start off with half of this first. A bit more than half, but that's still fine. So you go in almost a figure 8 motion to make sure that you have all that mixed in. And now you can add the remainder. Now as you can see here, I've already pre-sprayed my tin. You can use any oil. I would recommend using an olive oil, so that way you can start scooping in the batter into the tin. Now that's all fully filled up, and I'm going to show you how to make the crumble that we are going to sprinkle on top of it, because it wouldn't be an apple crumble muffin without the crumble. So for the crumble you need about a third cup of brown sugar. Again, you want a tablespoon of almond flour, and then you want about a quarter spoon of cinnamon powder, and the last but not least you want another tablespoon of olive oil. And then we're going to mix this all up together, and it gives you a breadcrumb consistency. I'm going to use a fork in this instance because this would be too big. So that's all in the bowl. As you can see, I'm going to mix that all up. So I've added another tablespoon of almond flour to give it more of a breadcrumbs consistency. As you can see, it looks more breadcrumby. So now I'm just going to sprinkle them on top, just like that. I like to start off small, and then with whatever else is left over, then I will continue and go over it. So now I'm going to place these in the oven, ready for cooking. As you can see, that's now nicely cooked all through. It's got a beautiful brown colour. We're going to leave it in the tin for about 15 minutes to give it that chance to cool, and then we can take them all out. So as you can see, I've moved the apple crumble muffins onto a rack to cool, and they've now cooled down completely. So I'm going to place them on plates ready for eating. So these are now cooked and ready to eat. You can either store them in the fridge in an airtight container for about a week, or you can store them in the freezer for about 3 weeks. Otherwise, I'd say bon appetit. Of course, I am going to try some.